What's up, y'all? It's Kobe Day. It's Kobe Day. It's Kobe birthday, y'all. I am a Kobe Bryant fan. Y'all see everything over there. It's Kobe. Kobe. Everything over there is Kobe. So let me get right here. I'm gonna share this one more time, I guess. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. I'm gonna share this one more again. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. Let's talk about it Tuesday, y'all. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday, y'all. I got my hot, sparking hot, spanking hot tea. I'm about to pour the tea out, y'all, tonight. Come on in. If y'all fool with me like that and you ain't the op, hey, Miss T, if y'all fool with me like that and y'all ain't the op, I think this live right here, I think this live needs to be shared, y'all. I think this good evening from New Orleans, Gail Snowden. I will be in New Orleans next month, the 16th through the 18th, Gail. I will be in New Orleans the 16th through the 18th, celebrating. I will be in New Orleans, Louisiana. Hey, Tracy. Hey, sis. Thank you for blessing my Cash App, sis. Way from Charlotte. I'm going to have to get with you, Tracy, when I get to Charlotte, because I'm coming. What's up, my girl, TJ? I see my girl, TJ, on here. Most definitely, Gail. I actually lived in New Orleans for 6 years. My 30-year-old was born in New Orleans at Charity Hospital on March the 21st, 1992. So I'm familiar with the boot. Yes, yes. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, sis. Hey, y'all. I miss y'all. I ain't been on this live, y'all, since August the 18th, the day, that the 3-year anniversary of the witch. That the witch called herself defaming my name. So, prayers, 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 sis. Get in my inbox, T. Get in my inbox soon as I get off this live. How you doing? Seriously funny. Y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all because God is love. I love y'all genuinely, without a fee. I love each and every one of y'all. But T, get in my inbox when I get off this live, baby. Get in my inbox, sis. And I'm going to the throne. Baby, the tea finna be hot, hot, hot. See, let me tell y'all something. I was listening. Yesterday, I was laying in my bed. I'm finna tell y'all. Y'all know I keep it real. I keep it 1,000. Whether I'm Michelle Chappelle, whether I'm Roshana Johnson, whether I'm Radical Ro. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep it real with God. I'm gonna keep it real with myself. Therefore, I ain't got no other choice but to keep it real with y'all. Because I ain't lying to God. I ain't lying to myself. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. Yesterday when I was laying in the bed, I said, okay, it's Monday Madness. It's Monday Madness. That was yesterday. I kept saying it's Monday Madness. It's a whole bunch of tea that need to be pulled out. It's a whole bunch of tea that needs to be pulled out. Because as y'all can see, with the stuff that I'm posting and sharing in the group, thank God for the dream team behind the scene. It's a whole bunch of discombobulated confusions going on over there in UCI. It's a whole bunch of confusion going on in CCM. Y'all know from last week, all y'all got to do is pay attention to Jamila, how she switched, how she changed. Last week, one day, she was sick and tired. She didn't help people get on their feet. She done did this. She tired. She don't want to be around nobody. Not that include Fred. She ready to be single. Oh yeah, my amazing husband, Apostle Fred, whatever. All of that. And then the very next day, she on the live. We ain't see him. But oh, husband, give me this. Oh, husband, give me that. Husband, give me that. How do you go from yesterday, you was at your daughter's house, you tired, you want to be single, you was all over the place. And the very next day, she got up there and made herself look like a fool. Listen, everything that this woman does is for show. Not one thing. Everything that Jamila does, I love y'all more. Everything that Jamila do is for show first. It's for show. It's for the people. It's not for, she do all of this discombobulation. Jamila know what people thrive on. Gossip, mess, and being in everybody's business. So yesterday when I was laying there, I was like, ooh, I'm finna go live on this Monday Madness. I got a lot of things to say. Yeah, she's an attention seeker. I got a lot of stuff to say. Oh, I was just, baby, I was ready. I picked up this tablet. This tablet right here is specifically for interviews with people about Jamila and this exposing Jamila assignment. So this is what I write in. I got a couple of them. Very deceitful. So as I was laying in the bed, I'm crunk. I'm like, ooh, Michelle Chappelle finna go in. Michelle Chappelle finna go in. Because there's so much stuff that I can talk about. I can talk about the boots. I can talk about Fred titties being bigger than Jamila's. If y'all paid attention, hey, Cheryl. Hey, beautiful one. I can talk about a lot of stuff. I can talk about that service where Bishop Liston Page was being messy, pointing the fingers at Deluria, Shannon Kelton, Monique. He was calling them messy. I had so much tea to pour out, y'all. I had so much tea to pour out. But soon as I grabbed this, and got ready to start writing in my bed, the spirit dropped in. It dropped in my spirit. Narcissist person. Narcissism. Soon as I got ready to be Michelle Chappelle and make y'all laugh, do a whole bunch of stuff to come on here to make y'all laugh, the spirit politely put me in check. The spirit that resides in me, nicely, politely, but sternly, put me in check because my spirit went to narcissism. This is very much a teachable moment. So once the spirit, I spoke, y'all already know, I speak about Jamila being a narcissist person because everything is about her, this and that. It's always centered about her. She want to control somebody. She don't want to take accountability for the things that she do. So upon the spirit shifting my mind off of me coming on here to be funny in my Michelle Chappelle mode, the spirit shifted my mind to Jamila being a narcissistic person. So right when the spirit shifted and put me into that narcissistic thinking, so I'm saying, okay, God, I know that we know that Jamila is a narcissistic person. Grandiose narcissist. Soon as I sat there and I'm like, okay, God, this, the narcissistic person manipulates. Yes, and that hair is over her eye due to her being in another organization. We'll talk about that at a later date. But soon as the spirit shifted me, I said, okay, God, I know she's a narcissistic person. I speak about that all the time. So what are you trying to tell me? And right at that moment, I asked the spirit that resides in me, what type of narcissistic person is Jamila? I'm going to keep it real. I didn't know that it was different type of narcissism. I didn't know it was different type of narcissistic people. I didn't know that it was a different type of narcissism. But soon as the spirit shift and said narcissism, she's narcissistic, she's a narcissist. We already know she's a narcissist. So I'm like, spirit, what are you trying to tell me? I did not know that it was different types of narcissists. But I thank God for the Holy Spirit that resides in me. Because now it makes sense. It makes all the sense what I researched, what the resources that I came up with, the stuff that the Spirit allowed me to gather to get up here to tell y'all. Like I said, this is going to be a Spirit-led, because the Spirit led me to research it, for me to feed it, mainly to the lost and unlearned people, but as well as the people that God has already delivered. Because us on here, majority of us on here, God has already delivered us from it. Whether you got to meet her or you just was watching her. If you here and you are a fan of me, then I know that God has delivered you. Because I'm not going to be a fan of the people that still clicking, tagging, and sharing. I'm not going to be a fan of those that still sowing. I'm not going to be a fan of those that still attached to CCM. And the only reason I'm not going to be a fan of them is because God ordained me to expose the person that says that they her lead, she is their leader, and they have to follow their leader. As I was researching, the Spirit gave me, I seen several types. I seen several types of narcissists. But the Spirit led me to look at two. The Spirit led me to look at two. So before I get into what I'm going to say, the most dangerous breed of narcissism is a spiritual narcissist. The most dangerous breed of narcissism is a spiritual narcissist. I said, oh, Lord, this right here is finna be good, y'all. It's two. God allowed me to read over all the different types of narcissism. What I read is the most dangerous breed of narcissism is a spiritual narcissist. Jamila is a spiritual narcissist, y'all. The second narcissist that God allowed me to see that I read in it, a cerebral narcissist. A spiritual narcissist is the most dangerous breed of narcissism. And if y'all stay on this live probably going to be a little longer than all the rest of them. Because I'm finna be teaching. And what I'm about to say, y'all are going to say, ooh, it's dead on her. We all just been thinking that the lady just a narcissist. We just topped it off. She's a narcissist. We all knew that. But to know that she is the most dangerous breed, a spiritual narcissist, now that raised the bar. Because God was trying to tell me something. I was finna get on here yesterday and crack jokes and make y'all laugh and all of that. And God said, no, ma'am. Like I said, the spirit checked me nicely, politely, but sternly and steered me to this. Jamila has this thing, and y'all all know it because y'all see it too. Jamila has this thing where she believes that no one will believe anything about her, especially this exposing assignment. Because she believes that nobody will believe the things that I'm saying. She don't believe that people will believe what I'm saying because she has manipulated them to believe that she is such a giver, that she is so spiritual, and that God has petitioned her to the world. That's the biggest lie that Jamila has ever told, that God petitioned her to the nation. I was once told a long time ago by my grandmother, as a child, that anybody that is forewarned is forearmed. Meaning that if they have been forewarned, then they are able to be armed. If you forearmed, that means you was warned before. If you was warned before, that means that you can't go in harm's way because just because you was forewarned, God has allowed you to be forearmed. And what I'm saying by that is me getting up there telling y'all that Jamila is a spiritual narcissist. I'm forewarning y'all so that God can forearm y'all, so that y'all can have on the armor of God that y'all need. And I'm talking to the lost and unlearned people. God is allowing me to forewarn the lost and unlearned so that he can forearm them. Put the armor of God around them so that even though they are around Jamila, they won't be in harm's way. My grandma told me that forewarned is forearmed. And I couldn't agree more to what she said right now with me being on this assignment. I wished that someone would have told me, forewarned me about spiritual narcissism. I wish that somebody would have forewarned me about a spiritual narcissist person so that when I came in contact with Jamila, I would have been already forearmed. Jamila, I'm talking to Jamila now. Let me say this before I get into this deep message. That's right, Felicia. Let me say this to Jamila before I start this message, because this is what the Spirit wanted me to say. It was necessary. Before I get into this deep message about Jamila being a spiritual narcissist and the characteristics of a spiritual narcissist, I want to say this to Jamila first. God gave me this message through the Spirit to forewarn the lost and the unlearned souls about Jamila being a spiritual narcissist person. Why, Jamila? This is for Jamila. Why is it that when people first come into your organization, meaning when they first join it, when they first join the praise and worship, when they first join the ministerial staff, when they first join the band, when they first join the praise and worship, when they first join the praise dancing, why, Jamila, is it soon as these people come into your organization, you say God showed you this. God showed you that they was going to come in there. God showed you that they was going to be anointed. God showed you this about that person. God showed you that about that person because they have joined your cult organization. You say God showed you this, that they was coming. And God showed you this, that they was going to do this. And God was going to use them in this area. You praise these people and say that God had showed you this or that. That's when they first come. So if God tells you these things about these people and God allow you to put these people on pedestals, me included, if God allows you to praise these people for the good that they do inside of your organization when they first come, long as it's a positive way, she's going to praise you. She's going to put you on a pedestal. But my question to you, Jamila, is why is it that, listen to me, why is it that soon as these people, the same people that you didn't praise, the same people you didn't put on a pedestal, the same people you didn't add into your payroll, soon as these people come in disagreement with anything that you, Jamila, say, you turn around and belittle these people. You call them evil. You say they don't have no oil, and etc. But my question to Jamila is, how is it that God can tell you this out when these people come, but God is the one that's delivering the people? So you mean to tell me God is allowing you to put these people on the pedestal, praise them, put them on your payroll, and all of this, long as you can use them. But soon as they come in disagreement with you, and you comfort them and show them that God is not in you, and God himself deliver them, because ain't nobody walking away from Jamila unless God is delivering. Because the demonic soul tie is too heavy. The demonic soul tie that Jamila had on me and that she had on all of those that's still attached is too heavy for us to get out of it on our own. So anybody that gets up and leave out of that building, because it's not a church, best believe that God moved in a mighty way. These people don't have the strength, the knowledge, nor the wisdom to get out of this court organization on their own. God has to free the people. And I'm speaking from experience because I was once the people. So I'm not understanding how Jamila is like this. When they come, they praised. When God deliver them, they belittle. They evil. They don't have no oil. This gonna happen to them if they disattach from the court organization. This gonna happen to them. I them because they no longer attached to her. I'm here to tell you, Jamila, as you calling yourself a prophet, even though you're a female and supposed to be a prophetess, you've been saying for the last 4 years that you are a prophet. Friends say you are a prophet. So being a prophet, God forewarns you. God tells you things before, not when the people come. God would have told you that before the people was coming. You would have been telling the congregation that Trey was coming to be your lead singer before Trey even much came in the building. If you are a real prophet or prophetess, God forewarns the prophets and the prophetess about the people beforehand, not after. God do not tell Jamila nothing. You a lie. You use God to manipulate people. You use God to control people. You use God to deceive people. This is what you do until God sets these people free. And soon as God set the people free, you mad at the people. You mad at the people. You ain't mad at God. God is the one that's delivering the people. But you mad at the physical person. You don't even take in consideration that God didn't deliver them people. You know why? Because you're a spiritual narcissist. And you feel like God don't talk to nobody else. And you feel like God don't love nobody else. And you feel like God ain't using nobody else. And you feel like God can't call nobody else. Because you're a spiritual narcissist. Let's talk about it Tuesday. To those that don't know, I'm talking about Jamila, the cult leader of CCM and UCI. Jamila Gooden now, on her 5th husband, is a spiritual narcissist. And the Spirit of the living God has allowed me to do my research on it and to share what I have learned about it with y'all, in hopes of somebody getting delivered, somebody getting set free from the demonic bondage and soul tie that Jamila has these people in. These people are in a demonic soul tie. They are in bondage. They are in the snare of the enemy. And the enemy is Jamila. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Let's talk about Jamila and her narcissistic personality disorder. We already knew she had NPD. We the people already know she had NPD. But for God to lead me to go look up a different type of narcissism, and for me to research and find out that it's a thing called a spiritual narcissist, God put his finger on it. He said, that's what Jamila is. And that's what you're going to tell the people, the truth. They ain't know she had been married 5 times. She ain't going to tell that. I know the lost and unlearned followers of that cult organization, CCMUCI, is probably over there saying, what the hell is NPD? Like the witch always say, stay right there. It's more to come. click, tag, and share. And say that lady, Radical Row, is exposing Jamila. And she is finna go somewhere with this message, hey Paula, about a spiritual narcissist. Y'all can call me Radical Row on the go right now. Radical Row on the go. Radical Row on the go. That's me. When I say my phone, the whole time I was celebrating my 53rd, my phone has been going off with all type of information. I always tell y'all, it's the dream team behind the scene for me. It's the dream team behind the scenes for me. And I thank God for preparing and ordaining and picking the dream team, because I didn't pick them. God did. And I thank him daily for it, because it makes this assignment way more easier, way more peaceful, way less stressful. I thank God for the dream team behind the scene. They don't miss a beat. You heard me? I say the dream team behind the scene don't miss the beat. You heard me in my New Orleans voice. The dream team behind the scene, they don't miss a beat. You heard me? I say the dream team behind the scene don't miss a beat. You heard me? Thank you, Makila. I said you heard me in my New Orleans, Louisiana, the boot people voice. The dream team behind the scene don't miss a beat. You heard me? And I'm saying all of this since the witch with a capital B, Jamila's words, since she say Texas people and Louisiana folks is country, I'm saying you heard me. Okay, so if you've been watching CCM, UCI for the last week, y'all have noticed that these people, not only the leaders, the elder, the ex-praise and worship singer, these people are all over the place. They all over the place, right? What we see going on right now, that's right, we country. Texas and Louisiana. We from the South, baby. Welcome to the South Side. Them people is all over the place. What we are seeing, they scattered. That's what I'm finna say. What we are seeing is the results of destruction from following a so-called leader. Jamila is a bipolar narcissist. She wishy-washy. She said, I'm from Bama, okay? She wishy-washy. Jamila was just up there last week saying she didn't want to be around nobody, not even Fred. She then said she wanted to be single. She spoke about helping people get off their feet or get on their feet. And she also spoke about how can you help somebody and you be the victim. Just because you help somebody don't mean that you wrong that same somebody. How can you help somebody and then they turn around and try to make you the victim? If you wrong somebody, you wronged them. Jamila cries out for attention, folks. That's what narcissistic people do. Let me say this Narcissism exists on a spectrum. On one side, it's craving the occasional compliments. And on the other side, the dark side, it can creep into a pathological territory. She will never admit to no wrongdoing. That's all they talk about. NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is one of the 10 personality disorders recognized in the 5th edition of the Diagnostic and the Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Did y'all hear me? NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is one of the 10 personality disorders recognized in the 5th edition of the Diagnostic and the Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. And the hallmark signs of NPD read like laundry list of what not to look for in a person or a significant other. A narcissistic person has an inflated sense of self-importance. A narcissistic person has an inflated sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy for others, and a deep need for constant attention and admiration. Everything that I just said is Jamila's segment of the message. Jamila has an inflated sense of self-importance. She's more important than anybody. She lacks empathy for other people. And she has a deep need for constant attention and admiration. Although Jamila say everything is not her segment of the message, what the Spirit has me talking about tonight is definitely her segment of the message. Jamila has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, and her self-esteem may seem off the charts. Ironically, it can also be super fragile, and it is. Dependent on external validation or self-deception. Jamila believes all these grandiose fantasies about herself. Jamila believes all of these grandiose fantasies about herself. And those fantasies are these. Jamila believes that she's God's servant girl. It's a fantasy. Jamila believes that she is the mouthpiece from God, but it's a fantasy. Jamila believes that she is smarter than most of us, but it's a fantasy. Jamila believes that she is more attractive than any other than other women in this court organization, but it's a fantasy. Jamila believes that she is more successful than everybody she knows, but it's a fantasy. Grandiose fantasies. Jamila, she easily put other people down. She hijacks, that means take over, any and every conversation or situation to make herself feel better or more superior. I've been telling y'all this on plenty of lives, that Jamila wants to be superior. She feels that she is better than everybody else. She takes over people's conversations and situations and like she can fix it. I've been telling y'all this. Just go back and listen to some of the old YouTubes. The truth about what I'm saying is there. Majority of the lives that I do are spirit-led to be spirit-fed. Like I told y'all, I woke up yesterday and wrote these notes, and it's in these notes. I woke up, today is what it say, but it was yesterday, saying that I was going to be comical when I come on live yesterday for Monday Madness. And the spirit politely, nicely, politely, but sternly checked me quickly, saying, no, you are not finna be comical. No, you are not finna be trying to make the people laugh. No, you are not finna be talking about what's going on. I need you to deliver this message. The spirit say, I need you to deliver this message. I need you to warn the people about Jamila's narcissistic behavior that is being displayed in all of our eyes daily. So here I am, doing exactly what the Spirit told me to do. Deliver this message about Jamila being a spiritual narcissist. Watch this. Watch this. I'm finna go deeper. I'm finna go deeper, like she be saying. Watch this. Stay right there. Click, tag, and share. Tell somebody that the woman is exposing Jamila. Jamila feeling less than perfect is very uncomfortable for her. And the reason being is because she's a narcissist. And as we all see, Jamila is going to throw everybody else under the bus. But she's going to protect herself at all costs. Did y'all hear me? Jamila feeling less perfect is very uncomfortable for her. Because she's a narcissistic person. And as we see daily, she don't have no problem throwing other people under the bus to protect herself from it at all costs. It is said that a person with NPD is and have this disorder based off of a past disturbed relationship. It is said that people with NPD, it comes from them having multiple or disturbed relationships. We know this to be true. Jamila's segment at its finest. Because if we can believe what she says because she a liar, we know that her first disturbed relationship was with her father. If all of what she told us in the beginning, that she told the nation in the beginning about her father, if this is true, what she said, we know that the NPD came from her disturbed relationship with her father. Because that's the first disturbed relationship that she had. If what she say is true. Me, myself, I don't believe it. Because she's a liar first. Well, we all know now, even after I said it months ago, and she said it about a month ago, that she was fondled by her daddy with his feet as she rubbed Jergen lotion on his feet. Yeah, she needs counseling. So we know that was a disturbed relationship. Because she told us after the spirit allowed me to say it first, then she came back and confirmed it. But you've been telling your truths for 4 years. You told us about the Jergen lotion over and over and over again, but you failed to tell us about being fondled. It was not until last month or the month before, but I said it 4 or 5 months ago on the live, and it's still on YouTube. Because it was told to me. And it was told to me that if I mentioned it, it was going to make her mad. So we know the first. If she say what she say, they on here, they jumping on and off, the numbers going up and down. Disturbed relationship. If we believe what Jamila say, her father was the first disturbed relationship that she had. Then, all of her marriages, including this 5th joker, they had to be disturbed relationships as well. Being a pastor and being married 5 times before the age of 50 is a red flag, y'all. But see, she not going to tell this. And when I get deeper into this message, y'all is going to be like, wow. Because in this message, it's a lot. It's going to describe the characteristics of a spiritual narcissist. Being married, calling yourself a pastor, and being married to 5 different men before the age of 50 is a red flag, if I do say so myself. A PhD psychologist named Robert Moody says that people with personality disorders as a class have a lifetime of struggles with intimate, interpersonal relationships with their husbands, with their wives, with their significant others, with their families, with their friends, with their church members, as well as with their co-workers. And this is especially true for those with narcissistic personality disorders. This disorder affects anywhere from 0.5 to 5% of the general U.S. population. Y'all, it took me 2 days to write these notes. This disorder affects anywhere from 0.5 to 5% of the general U.S. population, with a greater prevalence in men than in women. The percentage is low because in order to be diagnosed with NPD, in order to be diagnosed, in order to diagnose somebody with a narcissistic personality, the person first has to admit that they have issues, which they often don't. The real problem with a narcissistic personality disorder is that the individual itself, and we're talking about Jamila, lacks good insight into what's really going on. Dr. Moody says they, but I'm saying Jamila in question here because I am exposing her. They think that the problem is all about everybody else and not them. A female narcissistic personality is deep in insecurity, jealousy, and competitiveness with other women. Often seeing these people as a threat. Jamila's segment of the message. It said a female narcissistic personality is deep, has deep insecurity, jealousy, and competitiveness with other women, often seeing them as a threat. Jamila have insecurities. Jamila is jealous. Jamila is very, 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 very competitive. Because she sees everybody else as a threat. Because she's a narcissistic person. There are several narcissism subtypes, and the Spirit led me to the two subtypes of narcissism that pertains to Jamila. I'm here to tell y'all, narcissism isn't about just about looking pretty daily or feeling pretty. Oh, wow. Narcissism isn't just about looking pretty daily and feeling pretty. The two subtypes of narcissism that fit Jamila's description is the cerebral narcissist, because they derive their self-importance from their intellect, believing that they are smarter than anyone else. And this is the reason why Jamila always saying she's teaching. And those folks, pastors, ain't taught them this, or they ain't taught them this. And they don't know this, and they don't know that. Because she is a cerebral narcissistic person. She derived her self-importance from her intellect of believing that she is smarter than anybody else. But the most dangerous, that's right, but the most dangerous subtype of narcissism is the spiritual narcissist. Jamila, they, spiritual narcissists, they, with Jamila in question, Jamila uses religion. Watch this. Jamila uses religion. Although she has said that they are non-religious, non-religion, non-traditional, she uses spirituality to intimidate or to justify her harmful behaviors to others that can creep in when an individual takes a holier than thou stance. Spiritual assassin. Spiritual narcissist. Jamila overemphasizes her level of spirituality. She overemphasizes it. Oh, God told me this, and they ain't have to listen to me. I know what God told me to tell them. I am the mouthpiece. I am the servant girl. God petition me. She overemphasizes her level of spirituality or her closeness to God. She overemphasizes it. Harmful behaviors can happen when, as an example, a so-called pastor, a so-called prophet, now a so-called bishop, Jamila in question, claims that she has been given a vision. She had a vision from God. That's what she got in the car and told us. That God gave her a vision. God told her to pull the car over Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. And that the anointing was going to fall as long as she was in the car. She claims she has bamboozled everybody, the nation, to believe this. She overemphasizes things. Or that God gives her divine or specific instruction for others, or that her title is a higher position than anybody else's title. Jamila believes that she has higher power because she overemphasizes her relationship with God, her spirituality all in one. Jamila distorts and uses biblical passages to control, hurt, or shame other people. That's what she tried to do to me on August the 18th, 2019. She uses this higher position, overemphasizing her relationship with God. She distorts the Bible, uses biblical passages to control, to manipulate, to deceive, to hurt, or to shame other people. All of the above is Jamila's segment. Now, she not in the car. God ain't never told her to get in the car. She done got rich in the car. So now she's a narcissistic person. She can do it wherever she want to do it at. Jamila ain't worried about nobody seeing her house. It ain't about that. It's about her doing what she want to do when she want to do it, but still attach God's name to it. Trust and believe that's what it is. Everything that I just spoke is Jamila's segment of the message. Jamila is a grandiose, overt, over-the-top stereotype, attention seeker. I am about to introduce y'all to the top 9 traits of a narcissistic personality disorder that has Jamila's name written all over all 9 of them. The first one, having an inflated sense of self-importance and entitlement. Deep down, Jamila feels like she is the best, most successful, competent pastor, prophet, now bishop in the nation of biblical knowledge. That's number 1. Having an inflated sense of self-importance and entitlement. Deep down, Jamila feels like she is the best, most successful, competent pastor, prophet, now bishop in the nation of biblical knowledge. 2, needing constant admiration. Jamila's self-esteem is like a balloon without a knot on it, requiring a steady stream of attention, of approval, of recognition to keep it inflated. No matter how much someone tells Jamila she is pretty, beautiful, and that they love her and that they look up to her, it will never be enough for Jamila because she thrives off of accolades and compliments daily. The third thing is Jamila expects special treatment, whether it's favors or apologies. Whatever she wants, she believes that she deserves to have it because she is superior to everyone in her core organization and around her. And they know it. And they should comply to it. Is how she wants them, though. The fourth thing is exaggerating about achievements and talents. I'm talking about a spiritual narcissist. I'm talking about a spiritual narcissist. I'm talking about Jamila. The fourth characteristic, the fourth trait, that's right, exaggerating achievements and talents. Jamila has no problem embellishing the facts or even outright lying about everything: her so-called church, her life, her jobs, her husbands, her childhood, her teeth, her hair. She lied about everything. Exaggerating, lying. And the fifth thing is reacting negatively to criticism. Woo! Reacting negatively to criticism. Wow. Now God had me on it because this is so Jamila. Even though she craves control and take full credit when things are going well, we all know she is quick to blame others whenever the situation does not go as planned. It is extremely hard for Jamila to accept criticism or to admit her mistakes because naturally it is always someone else's fault, never hers. The sixth thing is Jamila is preoccupied with fantasies about power, success, and being beautiful up here in her head. She tends to create and believe exaggerated, unrealistic narratives around her success, her relationship, even down to how she looks, dresses, to help herself feel special and be in control. Anything that threatens the fantasy is rationalized away, simply ignored, or her favorite, blocked. Jamila also wants people to feel envious of her. And she's the one that feels pretty envious of others who has or have what she always wanted: money and fame. The seventh thing is, I'm talking about the 9 traits of a